Welcome to Balanced Literacy in the elementary classroom, mixing the ingredients for English language arts and reading success. These are the specifics regarding Big Spring ISD's beliefs about reading and writing. A balanced approach to literacy development is essential for equipping students with strategic reading, writing, and analytical thinking skills. Providing daily opportunities to engage in various reading, writing, speaking, and listening activities will help students become more literate and communicate more effectively. The purposeful integration of reading and writing skills provides an environment for students to enjoy reading and writing, explore new learning, deepen thinking, ask and answer questions, and more importantly, develop lifelong learning. There are four main characteristics of a balanced literacy approach: explicit instruction, guided practice, collaborative learning, and independent reading and writing. Explicit instruction involves strategic development of required skills in reading and writing in which students can build developmental practice, collaboration, repetition, and hands-on activities. Guided practice allows students to use strategies as the teacher provides targeted and differentiated support. Collaborative learning requires working together toward a common goal. It means that students are responsible for one another's learning as well as their own, and that reaching the goal implies students have helped each other to understand and to learn. Independent reading, students read individually and silently, typically selecting their own text. In independent writing, students work silently and individually on their own writing. The teacher provides daily mini lessons based on the needs of the writer. Students write and sketch, sometimes using a writer's notebook and working through the components of the writing process. Characteristics of balanced literacy involve both reading and writing. Oral language is integrated into reading and writing. Reading instruction includes phonemic awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension. Writing instruction includes the writing process, the qualities of good writing to communicate ideas effectively, and conventional spelling, grammar, and punctuation to make those ideas more readable. Reading and writing are used as tools for content area learning. Strategies and skills are taught explicitly with a gradual release of responsibility to students. Students often work collaboratively and talk with classmates. Students are more motivated and engaged when they participate in authentic literary activities. Evaluate the following pictures to see if they contain characteristics of balanced literacy. This picture obviously does not have students set up for collaboration. They are not in a balanced literacy classroom. Yet these students are set up for collaboration and are working towards a common goal. These students are in a guided practice center, paying attention to the teacher's explicit instruction. This student is not engaged in anything, let alone balanced literacy. And finally, we have this young lady who's obviously independently writing and doing a great job at it. Creating a balanced literacy classroom is a lot like making a chocolate chip cookie. It is important to use the right ingredients and to blend them together properly. Following this analogy, read aloud is our butter. Read aloud promotes a love of reading, stimulates the imagination, and helps students develop an ear for the vocabulary and structures of language in print. It allows the teacher to introduce new reading strategies and to model or demonstrate them by thinking out loud. It provides models of fluent reading, develops a sense of story or text, develops vocabulary, and encourages predictions. Read aloud also builds a community of readers and develops active listening. Shared reading is our white sugar. It allows the reader to model reading strategies, providing the students with essential demonstrations of how reading works and what readers do to construct meaning. It demonstrates an awareness of text, develops a sense of story or content, teaches students strategies for decoding unknown words and for constructing meaning from the text. It develops fluency, phrasing, and reading strategies. It also increases comprehension and allows for students to see themselves as readers. They feel comfortable and experience fluency when joining in the reading of familiar texts. Provides students with a safe, non-threatening environment in which to practice new and familiar reading strategies. The use of big books, charts, and projected text is a common practice for shared reading. At the primary level, texts are usually read multiple times over a period of days. Interactive reading is our brown sugar. During interactive reading, the teacher reads at a rate that allows students to join in, or the teacher has the students read chorally. Big books or projected texts are important for interactive reading as well. Guided reading is vanilla. There are multiple ways of doing small group instruction. Guided reading promotes reading strategies and offers students the opportunity to practice their reading skills. It increases comprehension, encourages independent reading, and allows the teacher to monitor individual students' progress. The teacher may need to prompt students to apply their knowledge of reading strategies when difficulties arise, provide further support, or regroup students according to their needs. It expands students' beliefs in their own ability as a reader and consolidate or extends their understanding of a text. Readers are carefully prepared when being introduced to a new text, and various strategies are explicitly taught. Ongoing observation, assessment, and running records help to inform instruction, and grouping of students is flexible and strategic and may be changed often. The eggs are independent reading. Independent reading encourages strategic reading, allows students to choose texts that interest them, and increases comprehension by allowing readers to practice the behaviors of proficient readers. It also supports writing development and extends experiences with a variety of written text. It promotes reading for enjoyment and information, develops fluency by reading just right books, and fosters self-confidence by reading familiar and new texts. Remember, this is not dear time or drop everything and read. The students are still reading for a purpose, the purpose that is found in your mini lesson. Notice also that in the picture, the student isn't actively engaged in independent reading, but isn't sitting in a desk. It's best to have areas in your room where students can read independently and comfortably. When these ingredients are combined, you have the reading workshop. The reading workshop framework allows teachers to differentiate and meet the needs of all their students. Reading workshop fosters a love of reading and gives opportunities to practice reading strategies independently and with guidance. It emphasizes the importance of student engagement and facilitates the interaction and connection between readers and texts. Daily 5 is a management system that allows teachers to have reading workshop while students are engaged in independent reading or collaborative work. While the first half of our recipe can be tasty, it is only half of a chocolate chip cookie. You have to combine reading workshop with more to make it truly awesome. Our first dry ingredient is flour. This is our writing aloud. Writing aloud develops concepts of print, writing strategies, supports reading development, and provides a model for a variety of writing styles. It models the connection among and between sounds, letters, and words. It produces text that students can read independently and necessitates communicating in a clear and specific manner. The key for writing aloud or modeled writing is that the thinking comes from the teacher, and the teacher holds the pen and does the writing. The students are active observers. Our pecans are shared writing. Shared writing provides opportunities to plan and construct texts. It increases spelling knowledge, produces written language resources in the classroom, and creates opportunities to apply what has been learned. Here, the thinking comes from the teacher and the students, but the teacher holds the pen. Our salt is interactive writing. Interactive writing provides opportunities to plan and construct texts. It increases spelling knowledge and produces written language resources in the classroom and creates opportunities to apply what has been learned. The key here is that the students share the thinking and the pen with the teacher. Our chocolate chips are guided writing. In this very important component, the teacher works with small groups of children who have similar writing needs. The teacher selects and introduces new techniques and strategies carefully chosen to match the instructional level of students. Writers are carefully prepared when being introduced to an element of the writer's craft, and various strategies are explicitly taught. Ongoing observation and assessment help to inform instruction, and grouping of students is flexible and may be changed often. Independent writing is baking soda. Independent writing strengthens text sequence, develops understanding of multiple uses of writing, supports reading development, and develops writing strategies and active independence. Finally, our dry ingredients combine to make the writing workshop. Writing workshop is the framework through which students have the opportunity to work on independent writing. The goal of Writing Workshop is to get students to become more independent writers. Writing Workshop helps writers develop their voice and provides opportunities for students to learn to be writers. It provides chances to use writing for different purposes across the curriculum. It increases writers' abilities to use different forms of writing and fosters creativity and the ability to compose a variety of genres. The mini lessons during Writing Workshop take the students through the components of the writing process. Word study is blended into both the reading and writing workshops. There are three main parts to word study. First are phonics and decoding. Phonemic awareness is utilized in kinder through second grade, while third through fifth focuses on phonics and decoding. Phonics and decoding instruction might include decoding multisyllabic words by isolating prefixes, suffixes, and root words. This is a basis for reading. The students that we serve need this. Fluency is the ability to read with automaticity and prosody. Automaticity combines rate and accuracy. Fluent readers read text quickly and make few or no errors. Automaticity is important because it frees cognitive resources to process meaning. Prosody is the appropriate use of intonation and phrasing, or reading with expression. Vocabulary includes the words that make up speech or text and their meanings. A first important distinction is between oral, reading, and written vocabulary. Oral vocabulary represents words that students understand and can use both when they speak and when they listen to others speak. Reading vocabulary consists of words that students understand when reading them in text. Vocabulary in writing includes words that students understand well and can use in their writing. A second distinction to consider is between receptive and expressive vocabulary. Oral vocabulary can be both receptive and expressive. For example, a young child might be able to understand the phrase, "Please place your shoes on top of that shelf," and would show understanding by carrying out the task. However, this same child might not be able to verbalize all of those words. Indirect vocabulary acquisition occurs when students have extensive conversations with adults and peers, as well as when they are reading or are read to. Thus, listening to and reading a wide variety of text in multiple genres greatly improves students' oral vocabulary skills. Students also need vocabulary words to be directly taught. Teaching vocabulary directly builds students' knowledge of words, improving their reading comprehension. Teachers who actively teach their students vocabulary realize measurable gains in student comprehension of text. Effective vocabulary instruction includes teaching students how to use context to determine the meaning of words encountered in text. Such teaching incorporates models, demonstrations, illustrations, graphic organizers, and classroom discussions to help students learn words and develop oral language skills. Systemic, explicit, and effectively implemented vocabulary instruction is a must for our students. Now, once everything comes together in a systematic approach, we have a beautiful chocolate chip cookie, or even better, a great balanced literacy program.